Hi guys, welcome back to some more action with Accrington. We are in November. Hopefully we're going to get through to at least the start of the January transfer window. If not, potentially I'm hoping halfway through it. And maybe have to sell a couple of players. We'll just have to see though what can happen. Not really many of these youth players from Russia are any good. But we'll just scout those further. We can't really afford to sign anyone right now, so there's not much else we really need to do. And we have a couple of players who are out on international duty by the look of it. So Seeger can come in. Scuadone will have you in for Grant. Caballos back in. Dejouet out. Friedrich in. He's been playing quite well. Gale can stay there. Other than that, I think we're okay. I'll let the assistant make any changes that we need to the bench. But I think we have enough players in the squad now that we can cope. Also replace the unavailable players just for this match. Yeah, why not? Right, so Notts County, who we have in this game, have lost 2 of their last 3. They've conceded in every game and only scored in 1. Interesting to see how we got on in this one. We are away from home. I would expect a win in this game, as we are obviously top of the table and in a lot of form. But we lose the game 1-0. Interestingly enough, for the first time in 4 games, George going out for 5 weeks, but yeah, the first time in 4 games that Notts County don't concede a goal. Very strange. But we have, I think that's Colchester coming up in our next game. Yeah, it would be nice to get through. Ooh, New Zealand job offer. Reject. I was going to accept, but I don't really want the stress and everything. Right, we're playing Colchester, who are in 7th place. It looks like Preston also lost their last game, as we still have a 7-point lead over them. We'll get in and sort this team out. So we'll have Seeger in for this game. Vizcarrondo and Galindo. Smith back. Struna back. Dejouet and Milanov. That'll do nicely. And hopefully we can get back to winning ways. We are at home for this game, but wow, Colchester won their last 3. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, not conceded a goddamn goal. And they score in the first minute from the penalty spot, but Ntuli makes it 1-0 after 9 minutes. Ntuli makes it 2-1, and we win the game. Fantastic, only 1 substitution. So let's move forward. That gives us a bit more breathing space against teams who are playoff contenders, but we're only 20 games into the season, so it's it's not really that much of a worry right now. But Colchester in 7th and they're on 32 points. We're top and on 48, so there's a nice little gap opening up. Playing Walsall, who aren't in the top 8. Azogwe wants to be playing. Well, I may play you in this game. Let's have a look at the bench. Azogwe, you are on the bench. Seeger on for Scuadone. Briveo on the bench for Bauman. And let's keep the team like that. Yeah, I think one of the potential players we may let go is Kamala. I think he... I just want to check this. I'm sure he rejected his contract. Yeah, refused contract, Kamalo. So I'm potentially going to look to let him leave. And I may not sign anyone else. I may just use that money to look to sign some of these other guys to new contracts. Struna is another one who I'm interested to see whether we actually do sign him up or whether I find another young right back and let him go. Because he's on £4 a week, is Struna. But we have all these players here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 players there whose contracts were up in just over a year's time. I'd like to get at least half of them signed up for an extension already. Well, before the end of the season. I know we've got a bit of time yet, but the more players we can get signed up, the more we've got a good core to the team, and we'll see how we go from there. But it's a 2-1 defeat in this game. Struna sent off. And Galindo and Durkal both scored in the 86th minute, and Grimes also missed a penalty in the 86th minute. Wow, it was an interesting final few minutes there in that game. Right, Struna suspended. Azogwe disappointed not to start. Yeah, Struna is an interesting one. I don't know whether to keep him or whether to let him go. I will have a look for Galindo. Are you wanting to be sold? Buxton, are you wanting to be sold as well? You're not fed up of being selected, Galindo. You're being selected all the time, mate. And Buxton, wow, you are going to be. I think I'm going to play you. Well, you're going to be playing in this game at least because Struna is suspended. Galindo, you are in the squad anyway, so I don't know why you're moaning. This Carondo, let's have Payne in. He's playing well. Yeah. But yeah, Kamalo is one I think we should sell. He leaves on international duty. Struna, I think, let's see if we can go to, if we do have any archived offices. Please tell me there's one here with players leaving on international duty. It would be. Here we go. Galindo, Azogwe. Right, there's only 6 there. Here we go. Players leaving on international duty. Struna does. Kumalo does, and Velasco is potentially another one we could let leave. So there's 3. They are all defenders, so if we can maybe bring in 2 more. But more importantly, we have this cup game against Crewe, second round of the FA Cup. We need to win this game to try and get a nice tie in the 3rd round, potentially away from. I'd like to actually get a home tie against another Football League side and win that one and go through to the 4th, and then maybe get a Premier League or a Championship side. But first of all, we've got to beat Crewe. We do 1-0 and Tooley with the goal. So we'll move forward, and I don't think we're going to hear anything back about prize money straight away, as Grant returns from injury and Struna has completed his suspension. Struna, you're not going to be playing for a while. I'm going to keep Buxton in. Villa in pole position to land Kumalo. Interesting. Well, let's see Aston Villa if you're going to pay for it. Accrington board, Adam Buxton's wage concerns. I'm okay to play. And okay, so Buxton wants to discuss his wage, but he also wants to leave. Well, surely EA, you have something wrong there. If he's wanting to leave, and he's also coming to me and asking for a wage increase. And look, he doesn't want a wage increase. He wants to be. He can be. So it can be a crucial first team player. He'll come back and say he doesn't want it. I know he will, and it's going to piss me off because I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm not offering him a contract because he's wanting to leave. I'm potentially going to let him go. And then it's coming round to the fact now that he's wanting to demand more wage. And yet when it comes to it, he doesn't want more wage. He just wants a year more in his contract. Anyway, Breveo's put us 1-0 up at home to Blackpool. And Tooley got 2. And we win the game 3-1. Now, Buxton, if you come back now and say you're not signing this contract, I will be pissed off. Okay, we want to reach out to you inform you that despite the concern about the performance of the football club, you shall continue to be at the helm for the foreseeable future. I should bloody well hope so. We're top of the table. No thanks, I'll do that later. I don't want to sort my scouts out yet. I potentially should do, but I've got more interesting and pressing matters. We are ahead by 7 points still, but it's now Sheffield United in second. Buxton has accepted that contract, so now don't piss me off and keep on coming to me saying you want to be sold in the next transfer window, because chances are you won't be. Right, youth scout report available. 78 max, 84 max for a left back, but your overall right now is shit. Reject. Okay, I'm happy for you to go. Right, prize money, 22 grand for for the FA Cup. Match rescheduled. Thank you. And obviously Buxton accepted the contract, so don't piss and moan now. Right. Calendar. Who do we have? Do we have a Premier League team or do we not? We have Leyton Orient at home. Fantastic. I think we got beat by them recently. In fact, oh, they're in third in the table now. Right, so we have a bit more cash. So I'm going to try and sign a couple of these players. In fact, I won't sign players to contracts. I'll leave that and I'll do that off camera because you guys don't need to see me doing this because it's just pretty boring. And Bejarano may be sold as well. Get another right back in. So another right midfielder in. And Thule I may keep because he's been doing quite well. Alussa is one I do want to keep. So he wants 2 years, same wage. We'll make you an important first team player. So there's one I do want to keep. Obviously Lowe the keeper is one. 3 years. I'll give you £1 a week, mate. You're amazing. I'll give you 20%. Signing on for you £7 grand. See, there's two that are instantly need to be done. Same with Seeger and Armstrong as well. Seeger, 2 year deal. Yeah, I'll give you 750 a week. Important first team player. Armstrong, what do you want? You want a little bit more. Velasco, I'm potentially going to sell you. So there's Velasco, Struna, that we don't need to worry about. And there's £7 off the wage budget. So we're not doing too bad there. Right. Afobe wants to make a request and Bolivia want me as their manager. Sorry, Bolivia, no chance. Right. Let's have Seeger in and we'll give Azogwe this game. We'll get Vizcarrondo back in. Friedrich in as well. He's been playing well. I think when we looked at these stats before, he played 6 games and had 6 clean sheets. Right. Away at Oldham. Mixed form for Oldham. Have scored but conceded in every game as well. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 1. Nice to get some form, especially going into the game in the cup game in a few weeks' time. 1-0 win. Azogwe with the goal. Risk of losing a player. With 6 months or less remaining on his contract. David Alutz, I thought you had less over a year left. Look, he's got a year left. 1 year, 7 months. He's not got less than 6 months available on his contract, for fuck's sake. Well, I've taken action anyway. So this game just annoys me at times. Lee Seeger has accepted his contract. Luster, right, fantastic. 3 young guys have all accepted their contracts. Armstrong, Afobe was one as well. Baumann, potentially, I don't know about you, but Bejarano and Struna and Thule, what do you want? How much extra? You don't want any extra. I can get you on another year. See if I can get you for 2 years. Estimated worth £1 million. Kamalo, estimated worth 1.3 million. Okay, Kamalo, I definitely think I'm going to sell you in this transfer window. Maybe sell Struna too, and then use that money to strengthen the squad. We do need to strengthen certain areas. Maybe look at bringing in a right back to rival Buxton. Kamalo plays left back, but we have Armstrong, so we can give him some game time when Gale needs it, and just use it to bring in CUNE players who are potentially out of contract. Anyway, 2-0 win at home to Portsmouth. So yeah, so I think selling Kamalo, maybe Struna is a good thing to do. They both leave on international duties. George Grant is out for 6 weeks again. Wow. But yeah, Struna and Kamalo both leave as Tulia has signed his new contract. Fucking brilliant. That's him signed up long term. But yeah, Struna and Kamalo, get them out. They... What am I thinking? Yeah, they both leave on international duty. That's what I'm thinking. So... Oh wow, look at that. We're playing Christmas Eve. Saturday, December the 24th, 2016. Away at Port Vale. Nice Christmas Eve game for us. But yeah, Struna and Kamalo both leave on international duty. So get rid of them. We lose. Fucking hell. Both teams down to 10 men. No Christmas spirit from the referee in this game. Yeah, both those players leave on international duty, so we can replace them with British players, European players that potentially won't leave on international duty, and see where we go from there. But is this Leyton Orient in the league now? It is. Right. Seeger in. Azogwe in. Seeger in. Payne in. Bejarano in. Friedrich in. Velasco. I may let Velasco go as well, you know. He leaves an international duty as well, and that'll probably give me. Let's have a really quick look. Right, Velasco, 3 grand, 250,000. Say we get for him. Kamalo, 2,000, and we can hopefully get 1.5 for him. So that's 1.75 million and 5 grand. Struna, we get 500,000 for him. That's 2.25 million and 9 grand off the wages. That should really help us out with the squad. We'll be able to get another decent youth scout, get some youth players in, and replace 2, 3, 4 players in the squad as well with some good quality players. Hopefully in the 70s anyway. Right, we beat Leyton Orient this game 2-1. I'm hoping they're not going to beat us in the cup now. Suspension over for De Jouet. But we're coming up to the January transfer window. I will get up to the game against Leyton Orient in the cup done in this episode, hopefully. But a lot of that is going to depend on what happens in terms of transfer offers and everything of the like. I want to give you this game. Galindo, Scuadone, Smith back in, Cavalos back in, Gale back in, De Jouet, Struna back in. So yeah, selling those 3 players, those 3 defenders, will mean I will want to bring in 3 more defenders, and 3 more British European defenders. But with 2 million, say, and 10 grand wages, we should be able to attract 3 players of good enough quality. Then again, I suppose Caballos was on 10 grand a week, wasn't he? 2-1 defeat in this game though against Crawley. Yeah, Caballos was on 10 grand a week, so we'll have to see. Right. Transfer market is now open. Important matches. Buxton, why? You signed a new contract. You're pissing and moaning about your wage. Just give in. Anyway, game coming up against Shrewsbury. One for the future. Barry Cisse from Man United. I am going to use Galindo, and I have been using Galindo. I am going to use Buxton, so we've got offers anyway for Caballos and Josh Lowe. Caballos reject and disallow. I do not want to sell him. And Josh Lowe is my keeper, isn't he? Valued at 1.9 million. Lowe has a bright future and has several years remaining on his contract. His market value should be between 9 million and 15 million. Counter offer. 25 million. Sunderland, you could have him for that much. If you pay that much, You're fucking stupid. If Sunderland want to pay that much, they can pay that much, and I'll sell him because I'll be able to buy an 80 rated keeper, and I don't care if I pay him 25 grand a week. He'll be shit hot for us, and we'll have potentially 80 rated defenders as well in there for us. Right, Galindo, you're gonna get absolute fucking raped, to be honest, and not in the nice sense. I'm just gonna wear you down and run you ragged. You're moaning that you're not playing. I'm playing you every game. You're going to be there. Whether you're full fitness or whether you're absolutely off your arse and knackered, you're going to play every game. You want to moan about not playing and want to transfer away, you'll play every game. Right, Shrewsbury at home, who've missed a penalty. Shrewsbury missed a penalty. We get a 3-0 win. Seager with 2, Brevale with 1. Galindo played 48 minutes. Right. FA Cup game coming up. George Bowen wants to discuss his wage. No. Josh Lowe. Counter offer. 25 million. You want to pay that much? You can pay that much. Borussia Mönchengladbach. You can pay 27.5 million because I can't be asked going around to 25. There. And then we'll have to see. But I'm not letting him go cheaply. You want to be stupid and pay that much, you can pay that much. 3 offices. We don't believe he's worth that much. Thank you, Sunderland. Don't believe he's worth that much from Sevilla, so they're just Borussia Mönchengladbach to hear from. An offer from Josh Lowe from Milan. 25.5. But I don't want to sell him, so I may just reject and disallow, I think. Borussia, we do not believe he's worth that much. Thank you. You're now starting to get the message that I don't want to sell him. So guys, I'll call it a day there, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.